student loans?
Hopefully my parents.
My parents or savings bonds and just stuff like that.
Mainly scholarships and just working.
I don't know.
I'm going to try to do it with my grades. If not, then try and get a loan or a grant or something.
I plan to pay for college by scholarships and saving.
My parents are going to help me most of the time, but I have a job, so I'm starting to save up now. Don't worry, I'm gonna save up my money too.
Right now, I've secured scholarships to pay for most of it. My parents have a bit saved up in our college fund for the rest.
It's really hard, but I'm trying for as many scholarships as I can get right now. And if I have to pay it off myself, then I will.
If you're planning to go to college, the big question is, how in the world am I going to pay for it? You could be like the guy I met at a private college a few months ago. He had the usual senioritis, about to graduate college and ready to take on the world. On top of that, he was engaged to be married, and he and his fiancée had a dream to live overseas and work for a nonprofit. It's a pretty exciting time in life, right? The only problem is he owed $80,000 in student loans. And that's not the worst of it. His soon-to-be wife owed $80,000 in loans too. You guys, that means they're $160,000 in the hole before they ever get their first real paycheck. I did the math, and the monthly payment on their loan will be $1,800 every single month for 10 years. And at the end of those 10 years, they will have paid an additional $56,000 in interest alone. Think about it like this. College graduates who actually get a job in their field out of college might start out making $35,000 to $45,000 a year. But if you factor in graduates who are unemployed or underemployed because they can't find work in their career field, the average salary drops to around $27,000 after taxes. Their take-home pay is about $1,800 a month. If they're both working full-time, one of them will spend 40 hours a week working just to make their student loan payment for 10 years, and that's it. They won't get to save that money for a house. They can't use it for vacation. They can't use it for new clothes or a night out at the movies. It will go straight from their employer to their lender. And this young guy and his soon-to-be wife won't be pursuing their dream to live overseas, at least not for a while. Working for a nonprofit in a developing country is tough. It doesn't pay much. It's not that they would mind a small salary. It's just that they've got an $1,800 a month payment to make. Debt is holding them captive. And what breaks my heart even more is how many young adults take out loans. It's accepted as totally normal. But is that your dream for life after college, though? If you take out student loans, paying off debt will become your reality, no matter what you're hoping for. But it doesn't have to be that way. You can make the right decisions about paying for college by starting with the end in mind. Think about where you want to be in 5, 10, or 15 years after graduation. Imagine how awesome your life could be if you're young, with a college degree, big dreams for your future, and no debt. When we talk about student loans, we spend a lot of time discussing how rough life can be going into debt. And you guys, that's an important conversation for us to have. If you're armed with the truth about student loans, you'll make better decisions. But I'd also love to offer you encouragement of what life can be like if you avoid student loans. When I went to school, there was no way my dad was going to let me go into debt for college. He also wasn't going to spend tons of money for me to attend the nicest private school in the country and party for 6 years. Not a chance. I went to a public university in my own state and graduated in 4 years. I loved every minute of it. The best part, though, is the feeling I had graduating with zero debt. Not long after, I married a guy who worked his way through school to avoid going into debt. Together, we owed no money to anyone. Okay, think about that for a second. At 22, we started doing the responsible stuff, like saving for the future and investing in retirement. And we also used our income for fun things, like going on a cool trip or buying a nice purse. And because we're living debt-free and we're being wise with our money, we'll be able to leave that legacy for our kids one day. That is such an incredible feeling, and I want you to experience that too.